Go4Leadership, the podcast with Daniel and Gert.
I'm thrilled to welcome in today's Go4Leadership podcast Ideval Munhoz. Ideval is a well-known executive leader in Brazil and a very unique sales leader. He has demonstrated track record in leading successful sales teams and organizations, following a customer-focused approach. Ideval has tremendous communication skills as he is communicating with a lot of different people on a national and international basis. Ideval was born in Brazil, and after studying business administration and marketing in Sao Paulo, he kicked off his career. 13 years as engineer with Philips in Brazil, 7.5 years as sales executive for Atos in Brazil, 7 years as sales director with Capgemini, 4 years as country manager for Latin America for Tech Mahindra, 3 years as country manager for Brazil and Latin America for HCL Technologies, 6.5 years as managing director for Brazil and Argentina for T-Systems, and now corporate sales director for OE, responsible for $520 million turnover and leading a 300 FTE sales organization. I am very impressive. For those who don't know OE is formerly known as Telemar. It is the largest fixed telephone operator and the fourth mobile telephone operator in Brazil, being the third largest telecommunication company in Latin America, and it is headquartered in Rio de Janeiro. Ideval is a visionary leader and oversees the development of the market and future solutions that clients desperately need. We both have traveled the world and worked side by side. I feel personally very privileged to have worked closely with Ideval for many years.
Go4Leadership interviews.
Ideval, thanks for being with us today.
Okay, Daniel, thanks a lot for inviting me to participate on this interview, right? Thanks a lot. I'm really so honored to participate with you and all the audience. Thanks a lot.
Perfect. Ideval, let's start with the same question as we start always the interview. What is leadership meaning for you? What does leadership mean to you?
Leadership is a core skill for when you planning to grow your career, right? My point of view as a sales leader in several companies that you're already working on, I think the entrepreneurship is one of the key points that in my career was the one power of my career, right? And to be the strong leadership means knows very well the team that you are working on, knowing the market and the people that is the key customer, the key clients that you are looking for, right? Join together and support your team every time, right? It's like when I look at my career in the past years that since I rejoined, every time you are learning more and more with your team and with your clients, right? But in my point of view, support your team every time and share your experience. As my career, I started my career as you saw in my profile. I started my career in several positions, right? During this time, I acquired a lot of experience, right, in different companies in different countries that are working on different people. And my point of view, share this experience with my team today and support them is a key point in my day by day, right? This make me my day happy. I'm happy to do that, share knowledge, share experience, and support of them. And then day by day, looking for the clients, that is the key focus for us in every day. Listen more and more, all right? I think as I'm learning or share this experience with my team, every time, please listen much more than you can talk every day, right? And then this is one of the points that I share with my team.
Perfect. You have been in the majority of your career so far leading sales people, sales directors, salesmen. What is the special attitude, let's say, or the special, situation of leading a sales organization, as you have been also responsible for other part of a company. But what is the special thing that you would say is heading or leading a sales organization?
Yeah, good point. Daniel, was really interesting because my career, I start my career, I'm an electronic engineer, right? When I started my career, my dream was to become like one of the best electronic engineer, right? Mm-hmm. In one time in my career, I moved to be more sales than executive engineer, right? I discovered at that time that my skill is more connected to be a sales development than specific engineer, right? I discovered my career like the be connected people, like understand the key factors or understand like what's happened, the key points of the fears of the customer, what they're expecting, listen more, understand their points, become like and another time to be more entrepreneur guy. In my point of view, my career was more oriented to be like the sales guy, and become like the sales guy. I think it's the one point that in my skill I develop every time. As I told you before, like I'm learning every day more and more, right? Because to be the discover and again listen more and more my customers, understand the key points, understand what's the business driver that they are showing with us, right? I think in my point of view, this is the one point that we have to put our focus, our mind be more connected with, more aligned with more our customer, right? And with my team in every day is the lessons learned that I have in my career. This is why I'm trying to expand, like share with them, like in every day.
So you mentioned that actually you started as engineer. So I also hear and listen from you that you always have this hunger for improving, for listening, for understanding, for also sharing your profound knowledge that you have gained so far from let's say from your different steps. What would be the biggest 3 learnings that you give or share with your team?
Yeah. One is first is the be connected with my team, be connected with your clients in every day. Be connected means, as I saw before, I told you before, like listen more in every day. This is one lesson learned that I push every day. Like another one that was interesting, when you are in a face-to-face meeting with your customer, right? In a customer, this is why in that time you have to share like how you can contribute. Your company has like has a portfolio, has a lot of knowledge, has a lot of IT background and everything. And on that time, the key point you have to share how the experience for your company can help your client like to achieve their targets, all right? And be connected with them, because it's an interest, Daniel, because your client must to be like to understand how you can contribute with them. Mm-hmm. This is one point, because imagine your client, and in next time your client will be in one internal meeting, for instance, with their CFO or CEO internal. And when that time, you as a sales guy, you are not be there. Yeah? Your client will be in an internal meeting, present your proposal, and your opponent, the other companies, they will present for look. I saw the presentation for 3 companies, but one company CEO that I like much more, that they fully understand our key points, our pain points, that we can achieve your target for was this company. Imagine this meeting, you will not be there. But in a previous meeting, when you present your knowledge, you fully understand the key points or the pain points that your customer needs, right? This is the most important meeting. But the next one, the customer or the client, he will be or they will be your sales guy in internal the company, all right? Mm-hmm. I hope that I explain my point, because it's simple, but in everyday in that time, the people imagine that if you talk more and more and more and more in front of your customer, you don't listen then. Understand their people, the pain points, understand the problem, and because you have asked to like. And the third point, in the time you have to ask your customer like the open conversation or open question, maybe open question. When you ask open question means when you do that, your customer will explain to you details what they are expecting to support in that time. The point is fully important. The third point is fully important, because when you ask the open question for your customer, they will give to you time to really to listen and to fully understand and to be prepared to another point or to complement what they are asking for.
And I think you completely are right. Sometimes salespeople pretend to trying to bring the answer right away, and sometimes it's better to hold back and just listen. So you mentioned that, and we both have been literally traveling the world and having had the opportunity experiencing different cultures. If you reflect from your point of view, what impact has traveling made from a leadership style perspective? Did you have had thanks for the traveling much more, let's say, broader leader or much more international leaders? What would you say are the points that has made traveling and how has influenced your leadership style?
Yeah, it's really important. As you saw in my career, I travel a lot to India. I worked for more than 8 years in an Indian company, and previously I worked in a German company too. Right, that was T-Systems. But it's funny sometimes when the people say, look at you like, oh, if you are traveling a lot means you are do the sightseeing or the vacation, but it's completely wrong. Mm-hmm. When you travel in a business way, you have to be prepared before you're traveling. All right, prepare what do you do, what do you present on the meetings as soon as you reach there. As soon as you reach there, you have to be in face to face with the key leaders or your boss and everybody. You have to present your especially numbers in a business trip. But it is really important because you have to be prepared before. You have to be ready on time. Or present your time. As soon as you reach there, you have to be really well prepared. All right, because on this travel you learn a lot. First, to be how you can be more connected. A second point is important is about the culture, right? The culture for each countries that you are looking for, because each one has a different business style. All right, business style means how they will ask you for the key points or the key question, and you have to be really well prepared as soon as you join in the international companies, because the culture for each one is really completely different. The way on the high level, say at the business level, it's the same, but it's not the case. Each one, the culture for each country has in a different way that can drive the way that we can support the business. Okay.
Do you think that experiencing that international, let's say, styles made you a better leader at the end?
Yeah, good question. Is yes, because for instance, like you have to first, you cannot compare country by country. Each one has like the positive points, all right, for each one. You cannot compare your country with another country in a business way, all right. You have like each one has a differentiate and a positive things, all right. Mm-hmm. You have to like adopt understanding, or like and connect it with the business way, all right. As I told you, like be connect with, for instance, with Indian companies is one way that you have be connected and to do business. Like in the German companies, another one. In American companies is a different one. Like in the Brazilian companies is a different one. It's like you cannot like compare each one. How is the best one? All right. If you are like the sales leader and be connected, you have to like fully understand the culture for each one and how you can do the better. All right. To be connected with that, especially with the business leader. Like fully understanding the culture. One for me, I think was one of the key driver is a really lessons learned that you really understand for each one.
Mm-hmm. Now let's come closer to the end. If you would see yourself back as a youngster starting your professional career, what advice you would give yourself?
Good, good point. Like open your mind. I think open your mind for especially right now. Right, we are like we are exposed to a lot of technologies, a lot of different people. Everybody's fully connected with everything. All right. I think open your mind to everything. All right. Yeah, like one push that the other companies doing right now is doing innovation, right? Like how we can be innovated more in my business, not your business itself, but how you can innovate the business for your clients, all right? And be your mind more and more open, like be more connected with people. Because in general, people do business with a person, do business with another person, right? In a face-to-face meeting, I think I saw we are seeing Daniel a lot of presentation because how the new years or next years the robot will like replace the human beings and everything. Robot will be like a really more and more robotic solution is coming to everybody, to all the countries. This is true, all right? Nobody's complaining. But in general, like the human beings or the people the person must to be connected with the person. And then when you really fully connected or being open your mind and connect to the people, I think for me is one of the key lessons that I understand years ago since I started my career, but more and more, okay, we have as I told you, a lot of technology in front of us, all right, that we can connect it in everything. But in general, the human beings or the people must to connect with another people, person to person. I think this is for me is important. And in summary, open your mind to everything and be more connected with person to person, people to people, right?
Go4Leadership, the podcast with Daniel and Gert.
I think, Ideval, that's a great ending. So being connected as humankind and work closely together, I think also perfectly matches with the situation that humankind is currently in this great, or let's say in this unpleasant pandemic. Thank you so much for being our guest, Ideval. We are really looking forward to stay in touch going forward, and all the best. Thank you for joining in.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Daniel, and all the audience. It's a pleasure to be connected with you all. Thank you a lot.
Go4Leadership.